Rafael Perez was 23 and about to make his first solo flight from Similac in Mexico. He took off at 9:15 a.m., but a thick fog hung over the field and he quickly lost his bearings. Radio calls came through as nothing more than static. Trying to correct his course, Rafael turned the yoke left, but the airplane didn't respond. The aircraft began to climb on its own, carrying him into a dense cloud until everything went black and he lost consciousness. When he came to in the cockpit, he had no sense of how long he'd been out. He was stunned to find the plane intact and the fog gone. Below him was nothing but open ocean. His watch read 11:30 a.m., barely 3 hours after departure, and the fuel gauge still showed about 3/4 full. None of the numbers made sense. He shouldn't have been anywhere near a coastline, and he certainly didn't have enough time or fuel to reach one. A voice finally came through on the radio. "Hey, are you there?" someone asked. Rafael admitted he'd fallen asleep and didn't know his location. The man introduced himself as Carlos and calmly told him he'd been flying over the ocean off Acapulco for roughly an hour. According to radar and the recording of that radio exchange, Rafael had been talking to Carlos while his plane was over water for about an hour. Miraculously, Rafael managed to land in Acapulco. Authorities were waiting when he stepped out of the aircraft. Men in suits escorted him to a hospital where he underwent toxicology tests and a psychiatric evaluation. Both came back negative. Then officials played the recorded radio transmission. The first words captured on the tape, spoken through Rafael but described as if not under his own volition, said, "Your equipment is too primitive. It is not important who we are or where we come from, only that we are inhabitants of the same universe." For the next half hour or so, the voice, using Rafael as a mouthpiece, warned that humanity was unique among intelligent species for waging war against itself, and that we risked annihilation if we continued toward nuclear conflict. After that, at about 11:30, Rafael awoke in the cockpit with no memory of how he'd arrived over Acapulco. The Mexican government swiftly took control of the case and effectively suppressed the story. Now it's said to exist only in an obscure archive in Mexico.